Dear shareholders, good morning. Welcome to provide for electronic voting. Accordingly, the members who have not cast their vote through the remote electronic voting system and are participating in this meeting. The remote electronic voting system will be made available during the meeting once announced by the chairperson. Members who have not yet cast their vote and wish to do so may please visit NCLT voting website and cast their vote while continuing to watch the proceedings of this meeting. Mr. P.K. Singh and Associates, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as a scrutinizer to scrutinize the vote cast at the meeting and through remote e-voting. Since the AGM is being held through audiovisual means and the resolutions forming part of the notice convening this meeting have been already put to vote through the remote electronic voting, the practice of proposing and seconding of resolution is not required and will not be followed. Thank you. Over to you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Prithun. Good morning, shareholders. I hope you and your family members are safe and in good health. I welcome you all to the 61st Annual General Meeting of the company. As the requisite quorum is present, I call the meeting to order. I now call on the directors who are on video conference to introduce themselves. I request Mr. Krishnava Dutt to introduce himself.
Hello. Sorry, my video, there is a problem. I'm Krishnava Dutt, attending this meeting. I'm a member of the board and the chairman of the audit committee, and I'm attending this meeting from Chennai.
Thank you, Krishnava.
Thank you.
Dr. Anshuman Das. Dr. Das, you're on mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, shareholders. I'm Anshuman Das. I'm independent director of the company. I'm participating in the 61st annual general meeting through video conference from Bhubaneswar. I'm the chairperson of Nomination and Remuneration Committee and also a member of the Audit Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Das. Dr. Venugopal.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Pingali Venugopal, independent director of the company. I am participating at this 61st annual general meeting through video conferencing from Sydney. I am also a member of the audit committee and the stakeholders relationship committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Venugopal. Dr. Ray.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Shogato Ray, independent director of the company. I am participating at the 61st annual general meeting through video conference from Hyderabad. I am also the member of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nanda.
Good morning, shareholders. I'm Sanjeev Nanda, non-executive director of the company. I am participating at this 61st annual general meeting through video conferencing from Mumbai. I am also a member of the audit committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Due to prior commitments, Ms. Ramya Hariharan, independent director and chairperson of the Stakeholder Relationship Committee, and Mr. Akshay Khullar, non-executive director, are not able to join the AGM. Ms. Hariharan has authorized Mr. Umesh Kumar Singh, Managing Director and member of the Stakeholder Relationship Committee, to respond to matters concerning the said committee. With me present here are Mr. Umesh Kumar Singh, Managing Director, Mr. Anand Chand, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Prasoon Banerjee, Company Secretary. During the last year, there have been several changes to the board. Mr. Avnish Gupta stepped down as the chairperson and member of the board. Also in July 2024, Mr. Ranveer Sinha completed his second term as independent director. I thank Mr. Gupta and Mr. Sinha for their contributions to the board. I also take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Pingali Venugopal, Dr. Saugata Ray, and Mr. Akshay Khullar on the board of the company. I would now like to welcome the company's union representatives to the AGM. We value their contribution in maintaining industrial harmony at TRF establishments and thank them for their support. Today we have with us Mr. Rakeshwar Pandey, President, Tata Robin Fraser Labour Union, and Mr. Anjani Kumar, General Secretary, Tata Robbins Fraser Labour Union. Mr. Charan Gupta, representative of Pricewaterhouse & Company Chartered Accountants LLP, statutory auditors of the company. Mr. Rupak Kumar, representing Shom & Banerjee, cost auditors of the company, and Mr. Debabrat Dutt, representing D. Dutt & Company, secretarial auditors of the company, are also attending this meeting. The annual general meeting is being held through audio-visual means. This format is in compliance with the direction of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, as well as the Securities and Exchange Board of India. A live streaming of this meeting is also being made available through the website of NSDL. The company has taken the requisite steps to enable shareholders to participate and vote on the items being considered at the AGM. The company has received 2 letters along with board resolutions from corporate shareholders appointing and authorizing representatives under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 37,55,235 equity shares, representing 34.12% of the total voting capital of the company. Since the physical attendance of shareholders is dispensed with, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 and other documents as mentioned in the notice convening this meeting are open for inspection in electronic mode. Should you wish to inspect, please write to the company secretary at the email address mentioned in the notice convening the meeting. Shareholders who have not cast their vote earlier through the remote e-voting can do so during the course of the meeting through remote e-voting facility. Before we proceed, I would like to share a few thoughts with you all on the current economic scenario, your company's performance, and future outlook. The past year presented significant challenges to the global economy, characterized by rising inflation, increased interest rates, and disruptions due to geopolitical situations, all contributing to economic weakness. However, since the second half of 2023, signs of recovery have emerged, and the global GDP growth is projected to be at 3.2% for this year. The Indian economy has shown remarkable resilience within the uneven global economic landscape, with increased GDP of 8.2% in FY 2024, despite a gamut of external challenges, and this rate is substantially higher than the global GDP rate. The World Bank foresees the Indian economy to grow at 6.6% in the current fiscal year 2024-25. This growth is driven by factors such as strong tax revenue collections, increased government capital spending, firm domestic demand, and growth in the manufacturing and construction sectors. However, inflationary pressures stoked by global troubles, supply chain disruptions, and vagaries of monsoon remains a concern. Your company has prioritized operational performance, cost optimization, and restructuring to become more adaptable. Significant progress has been made in key areas, including debtor collection, inventory reduction, and minimizing contingent liabilities. Despite a challenging environment, the company has shown resilience and delivered strong operational and financial results. This was possible owing to the combined support from Tata Steel Limited, the promoter company, in the form of placement of orders, capacity, and manpower utilization, and with all the efforts of all the employees. In FY 2023-24, the company produced a total of 2,958 metric tons of finished goods for Tata Steel, maintaining a monthly throughput of over 250 metric tons. Notably, in March 2024, the company achieved its highest throughput of the fiscal year of 272 metric tons. The noteworthy accomplishments in FY 2023-24 were the successful scale-up and resumption of production following a comprehensive overhaul of the idler assembly and testing shop, enabling the operationalization of idler manufacturing and the development of an open yard facility for structural fabrication work. For the first time, your company manufactured the largest electric overhead traveling crane with a 34-meter span for Tata Steel's scrap-based low-carbon EAF plant in Ludhiana. Additionally, through focused initiatives, long-standing material inventory was reduced by over 45% in FY 2023-24. Despite challenges, we made significant progress on major projects, including the successful contractual closure of the Damodar Valley Corporation project at Ranghunathpur and completed performance guarantees for 3 BHEL projects. We also obtained the final acceptance certificate for the Visakhapatnam steel plant project, marking the final contractual milestone of this project. The divestment of 2 step-down subsidiaries of the company, Dutch Lanka Trailers Manufacturing Limited and Dutch Lanka Engineering Private Limited in Sri Lanka, which was pending for a long time, was another milestone achieved in this current financial year. The financial performance of the company has also been quite satisfactory. On a standalone basis, the total income of your company during FY24 was around 160 crores and the profit before tax was 47 crores. However, this includes a one-time non-recurring profit of 23 crores. Excluding this, the underlying profit is rupees 24 crores. On a consolidated basis, the total income of your company during this financial year was around 162 crore rupees and the profit before tax was 42 crore rupees. However, this also includes a one-time non-recurring profit of 16 crore rupees. Excluding this, the underlying profit is 26 crore rupees. The company also collected 170 crore rupees in cash during FY24. Additionally, the company achieved a significant reduction in bank guarantee exposure of around 30%. Looking ahead, to optimize asset and resource utilization, we will continue investing in infrastructure modernization and shop floor upgradation to enhance reliability, safety, and productivity. As we enter a new fiscal year, it is imperative that we chart our course with a clear vision and unwavering commitment to our core values. Among these, safety and ethics stand as pillars upon which our organization is built. Through the collective effort of our employees and the union, we have fostered a supportive and productive workplace. We remain dedicated to the well-being of all our stakeholders and communities where we operate. Drawing from Tata Group's legacy, we work closely with our communities to create equitable and inclusive opportunities for all. The board at its meeting held on September 22, 2022, had approved a scheme of amalgamation of TRF Limited into and with Tata Steel Limited. However, considering the improvement of the company in its business performance, owing to the ongoing support from Tata Steel, coupled with the company's efforts, the board at its meeting held on February 6, 2024, decided not to pursue the amalgamation and accordingly approved withdrawal of the scheme, which was subsequently approved by the Honorable NCLT, Calcutta branch. We endeavor to work closely with Tata Steel in the future for better utilization of our assets and our resources. To conclude, and on behalf of the Board of Directors, I sincerely express my gratitude to our shareholders, our business associates, and all other stakeholders for the continued trust, confidence, and support to the company. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the TRF Union, its leadership, and all our employees for their unstinted efforts in consolidating TRF's performance. I thank all of you for your continued trust in the board and the management and look forward to your support ahead. Thank you. Since the notice is circulated to all the stakeholders, all the shareholders, I take the notice convening this meeting as read. Since there are no observations, qualifications, adverse remarks, or comments by the statutory auditors in their report on financial statements for the year ended March 31, 2024, or matters which have had any adverse effect on the functioning of the company, the auditor's report is also taken as read. I now request Mr. Umesh Kumar Singh, Managing Director, to make a presentation on the operational and financial performance of the company. Thanks, Umesh.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will make a brief presentation on the operational and the financial performance for the year 2024. Next. This is a safe harbor statement, and after this we move to the slide on safety. Next. I would like to highlight that the safety of our people is our highest priority. In the year FY24, we have achieved zero fatality and zero LTI across all the project locations and TRF works in FY24. And the graph on the right hand side also depicts the same. We have done 100% implementation of contractor safety management star rating audit system, 100% implementation of the work permit system, inspection, testing and certification of the stability of the entire plant was completed and the certificate of 1 to 5 year validity period is obtained. Annual health checkup of all the employees has been concluded. Next. A brief on the key operational performance. As shown earlier, on safety, we have had a zero LTI and zero fatality. The net worth and working capital are 38 crores and 48 crores respectively. Profit before tax is 47 crores. There has been a collection of 172 crores, out of which 97 crores is from Tata Steel. The works manufacturing has been at 124 crores. There has been a 17% reduction in the creditors, 46% reduction in the inventory. We have zero bank borrowings, 30% reduction in the bank guarantee, and closure of 17 cases having potential cash outflow of 60 crores. Next. Some of the key financial highlights. The total income has been 160 crores. The EBITDA has been 55 crores for FY24. The PBT in FY23 was 81 crores, which included 72 crores as one-time non-operating profit and 9 crores of operating income. In the year FY24, that number was 47 crores, which included 23 crores of non-operating profit, which is one-time and non-recurring in nature. Trade receivables stands at 99 crores. Trade payables is at 52 crores. And the inventory is at 6 crores. Next, please. We have completed the performance guarantee test for 4 of our project sites. The stacker cum reclaimer of Bhadradi Thermal Power Plant at Telangana. The stacker cum reclaimer of Vanakbori Thermal Power Plant at Gujarat. Stacker cum reclaimer of Kothagudam Thermal Power Plant at Telangana. And the wagon tippler at Kothagudam Thermal Power Plant at Telangana. Next. We have been associated with the NMDC steel plant of 3 million ton steel plant at Chhattisgarh, wherein we were doing the raw material handling system of the project, which involved a 72-kilometer conveyor network. We are happy to report that this plant has been commissioned and dedicated to the nation in August 23. Next. The key focus areas for us on the people front, it is safety and health, capacity and capability building, focus on employee engagement and morale, on the asset optimization, focus on increasing and maximizing the use of assets and resources, on the collection, concentrating on liquidating debtors and reducing the risk of bank guarantees, on the manufacturing, upgradation of machinery through refurbishment, development of civil infrastructure, optimum utilization of facilities, employee training and development. On the projects, PG test and completion of old legacy projects, synergy with Tata Steel as a valuable partner in Tata Steel's growth program. Next, please. On the employee volunteerism, we had the Navjeevan blood donation camp organized by the Blood Bank of Jamshedpur at TRF, the mammography camp at TRF Township Dispensary, donation to the Koshish Library, awareness session on menstruation and distribution of sanitary pads, tree plantation drive at TRF Colony, and sustainability say no to plastic drive at TRF Colony. Thank you for your time and attention. Over to you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Umesh. I will now call upon the shareholders who have registered to speak. I think the first speaker we have is Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf. Please go ahead, Mr. Saraf.
हेलो हेलो
Yes, we can hear you.
हाँ जी, एक मिनट माननीय सभापति जी, उपस्थित निर्देशक मंडल के सदस्यगण, अधिकारीगण और कर्मचारीगण, मैं संतोष कुमार श्राफ कलकत्ता से आप सभी को राम राम कहता हूँ सर। आशा करता हूँ आप सब अच्छे स्वास्थ्य में सुरक्षित होंगे सर। सर प्रश्न कुछ नहीं कि TRF काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रही है। सिर्फ एक मेरा प्रश्न जो मेन है कि आपका जो मर्जर का प्लान था वो कैंसिल क्यों हुआ सर? क्या रीजन थे? आप आगे बढ़े, नोटिस दिए और नोटिस के सुबह में आपने प्रोग्राम कैंसिल किया सर। और सर अपनी जो कंपनी में आर्टिफिशियल टेक्नोलॉजी का किस तरह यूज कर रहे हैं इसके बारे में कुछ हो तो बताने का कोशिश करिएगा सर। ये भी इसी का जमाना है, ऐसा इसके बारे में बताइएगा। और अपने जो फैक्ट्रियाँ हैं वह सोलर पैनल आदि की क्या व्यवस्था कर रही बताइएगा सर। एक हमारे जितने भी कर्मचारी हमारे यहाँ काम कर रहे हैं उनका भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ कि उनकी मेहनत का फल है कि आज हमारी कंपनी इतने आगे बढ़ रही है सर। उनकी फैमिली का भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ जो उनको स्वस्थ और सक्षम में सहायक करती सर। ज्यादा न लेते हुए मैडम आपका भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। आपकी चेयरशिप में कंपनी काफी अच्छा प्रोग्रेस करी, आशा भविष्य में करेगी सर। और BC मीटिंग चालू रखिए, इससे अच्छा रहेगा। हम कलकत्ते से बाहर से शेयरहोल्डर आपको अपने मन की भावना प्रकट कर सकें। ज्यादा समय न देते हुए फाइनेंस ईयर 2024-25 की सबको शुभकामना देता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ जितने हमारे डायरेक्टर, जितने हमारे कर्मचारी भाई बहन है, उनकी फैमिली स्वस्थ अच्छे से रहेगी और प्रॉस्पेरिटी और हेल्दी के साथ में मिलेंगे सर। अगले साल BC मीटिंग रखिएगा सर, बहुत अच्छी रहती है, कॉस्ट कम लगता है और पूरे इंडिया के शेयर होल्डर भी अपने घर से बात कर सकते हैं। और देखिए घर से बात कर सक रहा हूँ, अभी जस्ट मैंने $1 की मीटिंग खत्म की है, अभी आपकी मीटिंग खत्म कर रहा हूँ। ये केवल पॉसिबल BC के कारण, अदर ये पॉसिबल नहीं होता है। इसके बाद में इसकी मीटिंग स्टूडेंट्स लाइफ साइंस की मीटिंग चल रही है। धन्यवाद सर। और सेक्रेटरी उनकी टीम का व्यवहार करता हूँ। आपकी सेक्रेटरी टीम इतना अच्छी है कि वो हमको ना मौका ही नहीं देते भूलने का, इसलिए उनका भी आभार प्रकटता हूँ। कमला जी का, ज्योति जी का भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ और हमारे प्रसून भाई का तो आभार हरदम ही प्रकट करते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Santosh Kumar Saraf ji. The next speaker is Manoj Kumar Gupta. Please go ahead, Mr. Gupta.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Gupta,
Hello.
go ahead.
Good morning. Hello, followers. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I've joined this meeting from my residence, Kolkata. I feel proud to be a part of Tata Group, and I feel proud to be a part of TRF. I thanks to your company secretary and his team to help us to join this meeting through BC. Especially, I thanks to all the Tata Group company secretaries. They take care of the all small investors like me. They call 3 or 4 times after get the registration for the speaker registration, and they call before AGM that AGM will start at that time. Kindly join. So such type of services we have not find in other group. So we salute you, all your staff, and we salute your leadership and your team for the good result of the company. And we thanks to you for the result. And I will not ask why you have withdrawn the merger plan. We are very thankful that we are independent now and we can talk to you directly to you about the company. After merger, we can talk to the group chairman. But now we can talk to you that what's the position. So you have turned around the company and company is growing, and we wish to God to give you more success with the team of management to take the company on new heights, to return to the employees and the investors in future. But you have forget us last year on the eve of Diamond Jubilee to reward to the employees and the investors. We were expected something that you will reward to the shareholders, either the split of shares or either a right issue or either you do something for the employees and the investors. And what's your future plan with CapEx for the TRF? And how much your order book as on today for the year 24-25? And when do you expect to complete your all order book? MD has given a good nice presentation about the Chhattisgarh steel project of NMDC. Being a shareholder of NMDC, the NMDC chairman has given his speech last year in the AGM after demerger of first AGM. he says this was created by the TRF in Chhattisgarh. So we thanks to all employees of TRF that they have created a good steel plant in Chhattisgarh. So we hope that you will get more orders from variant companies to take the company on new heights to return to the employees and the investors. And I strongly support all the resolutions with the hope that we will get a good return in coming time on our investment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. The next speaker is Mr. Chetan Cholera. Please go ahead, Mr. Cholera.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I have few questions. I'm Chetan Cholera calling from Mumbai. What is the thought process behind first considering merger with Tata Steel and later not moving ahead with it? This is the first question. Second is when is the expected repayment of 514 crore worth of NCRPS borrowed from Tata Steel, and at what rate we have borrowed it? We have entered 294 crore MRPT with Tata Steel for 24-25. What exactly does this entail? Can we expect similar kind of MRPT for 25-26, or there will be some growth? Fourth question is, what are the long-term growth plans for the company or the next 3 to 5 years? By when do you expect our revenue to touch the 1100 crore, which is our past highest turnover? Of course, with a reasonable good margin. Do we have any non-Tata Group company orders in the pipeline? If yes, could you share the order book figure? Do we intend to get more orders from non-Tata Group companies? And another request is please arrange a plant visit for shareholder at appropriate time and upload this AGM proceeding on website. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cholera. The next speaker is Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenhas. Request you, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm audible, visible?
Yes.
Yes, I go to the formal part. Respected Chairperson, Mrs. Smita Shah, MD Umesh Kumar Singh, other members of the board, my fellow shareholders in this VC meet, I am Mrs. C. Mascarenhas and I'm speaking from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company secretary, Mr. Prasoon Banerjee, and his team for sending me an annual report and also registering me as a speaker at my request, and also giving me this good platform to speak, and also ensuring whether I am able to enter just half an hour before. So I will feel very comfortable. Thank you so much. That is the level of goodness of the secretarial team. Now, working is, annual report is very simple but self-explanatory and adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Now, working is not at all good according to my parent, and over above, we have lots of accumulated losses. So therefore, no dividend. My question is when we will, or it will take how many years that we can wipe off all the losses and come to the dividend list. Now, of course, CSR work is good, even though with losses, the CSR team is doing a very good job. I am very happy with it. Now I come to my queries. We have produced the largest EOT, that is electric overhead travel crane measuring 34 meters and in span for Tata Steel in Ludhiana, and also produced an automobile undercarriage with a tray for carriage. Also, do we do we not get payment from this Tata Steel? These projects we are doing for Tata Steel, are we getting the payment for them? And what is the margin we get? How many orders are with Tata Steels which have been given to by Tata Steel? I would like to know, and whether we will get good margins. I would also like to know whether you will not take also other than Tata Steel, Tata Group. So could you just throw some light? Tata Steel hold 34.11%. So it would have been good if we had merged with Tata Steel, but for whatever reason, the Tata Group is the best because they can do wonders. That is my always feeling of the Tata Sons. Especially, they will take the right decision and they will make it a great company. Infrastructure, like they and you and all that. So we have completed, sir, 4 projects. How much of revenue we got in these 4 projects and how much margins? Lastly, but not the least, future map for the next 5 years, mainly capex requirements for organic and inorganic growth, and also which vertical will be the highest growth driver, and you can give for the capex requirements, you can always come with the rights. Because nowadays, any company, today Ola has opened, it is totally loss making and it will be oversubscribed. I think today by another 2 hours, it will be oversubscribed. And here it is a Tata Group. So we'll definitely give us the rights and it will be like a mini bonus to us. That is my request, See, we are ready to wait because it is an infra, it means it is an executing big orders, so it takes time. So I would request, even with losses, I would request you to give some rights, and make it like a mini bonus for us, which we should have got at the 60th Diamond Jubilee, which we can next year, now this year we can get it. With this, I have supported all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. And I have full faith in Tata Group because so many companies, they have rewarded us well and never let us down, With this, thank you very much. God bless you all with good health so that with good health, we will get good wealth. With this, thank you so much and namaskar.
Thank you, Ms. Mascarenhas. The next speaker is Mr. Bimal Agarwal. Please go ahead, Mr. Agarwal.
Hello. Audible?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
First of all, I thank the company secretary and his team. And I again thank the company secretary's team because 3-4 times they called me just now. Please join the meetings. Thank you very much. As my question was asked by, I don't want to waste time, as my question was asked by the other speakers and already explained by the management, I got no question to ask, and please continue with video conference. As today I am at home, I can't go out. Please continue with video conference. I'm from Bombay, and people all over the world can join. If your management also is not there in Bombay or in India, abroad for some business, they also can join from there. They don't have to specially come down for the meeting. Please continue with this video conference. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. The next speaker is Ms. Subhashri Dev. Ms. Dev, you can please start your questions.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chairperson, for giving me this opportunity to speak. I am so happy to express that TRF is making profit since last 2 financial year, and it is a debt-free company with the support of Tata Steel. I am expecting the same support in the year to come. We have full faith and confidence on the brand name Tata, and as a shareholder, I would like your view when we can expect the dividend from the company? During the announcement of merger, the share price was around 380. After the announcement, it was raised 170. As soon as the merger was called up, share price was rise 600 to 700. What is the reason for such variation? And my last question is, how much diversity and inclusion is present in TRF? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dev. The next question is Mr. Avijat Mondal. Please go ahead, Mr. Mondal.
I'm audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
I am Avijat Mondal from Chennai. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I am actually asking any question, so thank you very much. I am extremely happy like other shareholders and very much delighted that TRF overcame its difficult phase or time and has started making profits. So it is very good sign for future. And for that, thank you to the TRF management as well as Tata Steel management. They are continuous support and in regards of personal or financials. I think merger would have been better synergy. However, I am sure that management might have taken a conscious decision in calling off the merger, considering in the interest of the all stakeholders. In many of the first communication, it was told that TRF is actually executing many legacy projects, and there are some unredeemable preference share as mentioned in the SEBI release. So hope that legacy projects will actually complete as soon as possible and maybe reconsider for merging decision. So it will be beneficial for all stakeholders. So I have one or two questions. So as far as this annual report and these things, retention money actually how much, and is it fully recoverable? If so, then how much actually we have these things projected in this financial year? And what is the reason for not being able to redeem the OCRPS within the redeemable redemption date? And what are the opportunities and threats for TRF considering recent market scenario? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mondal. The next question, the next speaker is Mr. Kamal Kishore Jawar. Please go ahead, Mr. Jawar.
हेलो, मेरा आवाज आ रहा है सर?
हाँ, प्लीज बोल।
चेयरमैन सर, चार्ल्स डैटस को मेरा नमस्कार। कमल किशोर फ्रॉम हैदराबाद से बोल रहा हूँ साहब। आपने जो चेयरमैन स्पीच ने बताया सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा लगा, और मेरे 2-3 क्वेश्चन बोलना था, मैं उसको रिपीट करना नहीं चाहता हूँ जो अनेक शेयर होल्डर बोल दिए, मैं उसका टाइम खराब करना नहीं चाहता हूँ। और आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत सर्विस अच्छा है साहब बनर्जी। अभी मीटिंग बिफोर 3 टाइम्स फोन आ गया साहब, लॉगिंग करिए। दिस टाइम इज द टोटल 5 एजम दिस टाइम, उसको अवॉइड करके मैं आपकी मीटिंग में अटेंड कर रहा हूँ साहब, जो आपको आपके साथ मेरे को देखने को और बात करने का मौका मिला। इसी तरह वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस रखिए। आज टाटा ग्रुप है, शेयर प्राइस भी अच्छा है, सब कुछ अच्छा है। कभी टाटा ग्रुप में एक बात पक्का है, जिंदगी में कभी भी पैसा लगाओ, मार्केट अगर ग्लोबल मार्केट से नीचे ऊपर होगा, पर आपस टाटा ग्रुप पैसे देके ही जाएगा इन्वेस्टर को, ये मेरा वादा है। मैं इस फील्ड में 40 साल से हूँ, 40 ईयर से। इसी तरह वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस रखे सर, और सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत सर्विस बहुत अच्छा है, और आते से दीपावली दशहरे की सब कुछ शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Jawarji. Next speaker is Mr. Vishal Chandra. Please go ahead, Mr. Chandra.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Very good morning to you, ma'am, to Umesh sir and the management team. It's a great honor to interact with you all. It's good to see that TRF is doing pretty well for the past few quarters. This has been resonated by our fellow shareholders. It is visible from the financial statement that the revenue from the project division is on a diminishing trend. If we compare for the past 10 years, the financial statement, it was a financially and operationally very good company, where now we are struggling in those aspects. So my questions are as below. Will our dream to see a TRF to return to a past glory where it was working with a revenue of around 500 to 700 crores will be fulfilled. What is the present debt level? How are we planning to reduce the debt? And when are we planning to be a debt-free company? What has been the borrowing cost during the last financial year? And what has been the average interest rate? What is the profit margin that we are operating with Tata Steel and other related companies? Because a lot of our business is with the related parties. And what is the current debtor position? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chandra. The next speaker is Mr. Ganesh Chandra Das. Please go ahead, Mr. Das.
Yeah, good morning to all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go.
Yeah. आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, सबसे पहले आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि मुझे आपने ये मौका दिया कि आज के दिन आपसे टीआरएफ के विषय में प्रश्न कर सकूं। मेरा नाम गणेश चंद्र दास है। मैं टीआरएफ का शेयर धारक होने के साथ साथ कर्मचारी भी हूं। जैसा आप सब जानते हैं कि टीआरएफ एक समय में अपने क्षेत्र की अग्रणी कंपनी में से एक थी, चाहे उसके उत्पाद गुणवत्ता हो या टेक्निक। हमारे उत्पाद की ख्याति या प्रशंसा हर कोई करता था। हमारे टर्नओवर और आय दोनों ही आज की तुलना में कई गुना ज्यादा था। फिर ऐसा समय आया कि हमने जबरदस्त नुकसान सहा, परंतु पिछले 2-3 सालों में कंपनी ने टाटा स्टील के सहयोग से फिर से अपने को स्थापित करने में सफलता अर्जित की। इसी का परिणाम है कि हम सब कर्मचारी लोगों का मनोबल भी बढ़ा। महोदय, मेरा पहला प्रश्न इसी संदर्भ में है कि आज टीआरएफ का भविष्य क्या है? क्या टीआरएफ फिर से ओपन मार्केट या एक्सटर्नल कस्टमर से ऑर्डर ले पाएगा? क्योंकि आज भी मार्केट में टीआरएफ का वैल्यू है। जैसा हम जानते हैं कि हमारा मर्जर स्थगित हो गया, इससे सारे कर्मचारी लोगों में काफी निराशा है। हम सब ये जानना चाहते हैं मैडम कि क्या भविष्य में हमारा मर्जर टाटा स्टील के साथ होगा? यदि हाँ, तो कब तक होगा? मेरा आखिरी प्रश्न है मैडम कि एक जिम्मेदार नागरिक की हैसियत से ये जानना चाहते हैं कि टीआरएफ सीएसआर के क्षेत्र में क्या कार्य कर रहा है। नमस्कार। थैंक यू चेयरपर्सन।
Thank you, Mr. Das. The next question is Mr. K. Ravi Kumar. Please go ahead.
I'm audible?
Yes, you are, Mr. Kumar. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Chairperson and the Board of Directors of TRF Limited. It's my honor to speak in 61st Annual General Meeting. Being a shareholder, it is great pleasure that TRF has been in a profit since last 2 years. Madam, I would like to ask you a question. My first question is, what are the steps are taken to increase women employee workforce? Second, what is the employee turnover of the company? What is the attrition rate compared to industry, and what is the plan to retain high pods? How TRF ensures security of organizational data? My last question, how TRF maintain employee engagement and motivation to focus on company target? That's all. My sincere thanks to everyone and best wishes to TRF to sustain this profitability in future as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. The next speaker is Ms. Varalakshmi Guttikonda. Please go ahead, Ms. Guttikonda.
Hello. Hello, madam. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Madam, Samita Shah, madam, and all other directors. Namaste. I'm from Hyderabad, madam. We are family shareholders of your company. We are holding almost 3 lakh shares, which comes around 3% of your company. Madam, are you able to hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
Yes, madam. My humble request would be, madam, actually, kindly don't merge this company with Tata Steel, because if you merge, I'm a HNI investor, and there will be a large valuation gap between if you merge our company, because ours is a product company and we will get much more valuations, and you are nowhere responsible. After this merger is cancelled only, I bought stock from 500 to almost 650 or 670 level, that you are nowhere responsible. And my humble request first would be to you, madam, and your leadership. I have definitely, I feel that this company is going to reach into different heights. It may take time, and in business it happens. And my questions would be, madam, and it's with respect, all these are not questions, just to bring into an idea. Notice, why did we cancel merger? Is it because company is doing well and you people would have felt future looks better, or any statutory or legal reasons? Second question, our humble request would be not to merge the company, because it's anyway, I told you. And third one would be, going forward, will we be sticking to only Tata Group related business, or we will be planning for supplies to outside other companies? Because I heard, madam, few, don't mistake me, again, this is a business team matter, but I heard from, because I invest a lot in infra companies, your products are excellent, and few people told me from last 2-3 years, as you are not supplying, they are really facing problems, because they are approaching someone else and no product quality is there. And kindly inform us about the future growth plans, any mergers and acquisitions possible. 1 minute, madam, kindly please. Again, sorry to take little more time. Madam, what opportunities we have in thermal nuclear side, as in recent times we have seen interest from the central government after 15 years. And NMDC, Nagarnar Integrated Steel Plant, and Nagarnar Power Generation Company Limited, Tata Steel, Jamshedpur, NTPC, Bhavanagar, post these, what are the other projects? What is the size of AVG project we wish to execute? And please share us margins independently in all our projections if possible. Our products like been assembled fluff fader, scan dock, 35 metric can area, step angle, we are all manufacturing can, because I'm little fast, we can satisfy how we want to increase the sales. Bulk material handling equipment and solutions, where do we see this segment in coming times? We see a lot of demand across industries other than working of group companies. Where do we see ourselves in the business? Given the demand in wagon manufacturing, what is the order book company's wagon campaign device used in wagon tipplers? Who are our customers and quantity? And my humble request finally would, madam, kindly please at all don't merge with Tata Steel, because we as a shareholders who recently entered the company will be in huge losses. It's a humble request, and I hope you will consider this, madam. So kind of you, and I am very much hopeful under your leadership, this company will go into a very new heights. Thanks a lot, madam.
Thank you, Mr. Guttikonda. With that, I think the registered speakers we have gone through. I will now call upon Mr. Rakeshwar Pandey, President, Tata Robbins Fraser's Labour Union, to say a few words.
थैंक यू मैम, नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
चेयरपर्सन जी को, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर साहब, सारे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स को और शेयर होल्डर्स को, सबसे पहले मैं शेयर होल्डर्स को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि आप लोगों ने जो कंपनी के ऊपर और कंपनी की मैनेजमेंट टीम पर और एम्प्लॉय पर जो भरोसा जताया है, ये सुनकर बहुत खुशी हो रही है। और संभवतः आपके सपोर्ट की वजह से ये कंपनी आज टर्न अराउंड हुई है। आपने लगातार सपोर्ट किया है कंपनी के बुरे दिनों में भी, ये बहुत ही अच्छी चीज है। और हमें ऐसा लगता है कि ये कंपनी के लाइफ में उतार चढ़ाव जैसा होता है, वैसे इंडिविजुअल ह्यूमन बीइंग के भी लाइफ में उतार चढ़ाव होता रहता है, लेकिन फिर हम लोग प्रयास करके उससे बाहर आते हैं। अभी इस साल का अगर हम देखते हैं, पिछले साल में तो हमारी कंपनी काफी अच्छा काम की है। इसमें टाटा स्टील का सपोर्ट है, शेयर होल्डर्स का तो ऑब्वियसली बहुत सपोर्ट है, हमारी मैनेजमेंट टीम बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है और एम्प्लॉयज बहुत ही मोटिवेटेड है। अभी यहाँ के टीआरएफ के कंपनी के जो कर्मचारी हैं, इंटायर यूनियन मिलकर के कंपनी को अपना सपोर्ट कर रही है। इसके वजह से हम लोगों ने इस बार अच्छा प्रॉफिट 46 करोड़ रुपए का किया है। केवल इतनी ही नहीं, दो तीन चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है टीआरएफ के लिए। जो टाटा ग्रुप कंपनी में सेफ्टी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आजकल है, सबसे ज्यादा अगर महत्वपूर्ण टाटा स्टील में कुछ है या टाटा ग्रुप ऑफ कंपनी में टीआरएफ में, तो सेफ्टी है। और इस मामले में हमारी बिल्कुल फैटिलिटी फ्री कंपनी है अपनी। पिछले साल बिल्कुल कोई फर्टिलिटी नहीं है, एलटीआई नहीं हुआ है, ये सबसे खुशी की बात है। हम समझते हैं प्रॉफिट से भी ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हमारे लिए ये है कि हमारे कर्मचारी कंपनी में काम करने वाले लोग, वो परमानेंट एम्प्लॉय हों या ठेका मजदूर हों, सभी सुरक्षित रहें, और उस पर पूरा कंपनी ध्यान दे रही है। और ये सेफ्टी के अलावा हेल्थ के ऊपर भी काफी कंपनी हमारा ध्यान दे रही है, और सभी कर्मचारियों का हेल्थ चेकअप हो रहा है और उनको बताया भी जाता है कि जो उनके कंसर्न्स है कि इस पर आपको रेगुलर ध्यान देने का है। अगर कुछ बहुत अच्छा नहीं है हेल्थ में, तो वो भी सजेस्ट किया जाता है कि आप अपना पूरा ध्यान रखिए। ये टर्न के साथ साथ में हम लोगों का जो अभी सीएसआर की बात होती है टाटा ग्रुप कंपनी में, ये सीएसआर भी हम लोग अभी काफी कर रहे हैं, फील्ड में जाकर बाहर अपने जो कर्मचारी रहते हैं उनके बीच में, यहाँ तक कि हम लोग कर्मचारियों की, उनकी वाइफ जो है, पत्नियां हैं, उनके फैमिली के लोगों को भी हम लोग इन्वॉल्व करते हैं इस प्रोसेस में। वे लोग भी साथ आकर काम कर रहे हैं, तो इसे एक बहुत ही अच्छा मैसेज जाता है बाहर में कि ये कंपनी अच्छी है और अच्छी रहेगी आने वाले दिनों में भी। जितने भी लॉन्ग पेंडिंग इश्यूज थे हमारे यूनियन से जुड़े हुए और कर्मचारियों से जुड़े हुए, उसे भी हमने मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर साहब के साथ बैठ करके पूरी मैनेजमेंट की टीम और यूनियन की टीम उसको रिजल्व करती जा रही है। अभी लगातार हम लोग कोशिश ये कर रहे हैं कि कंपनी को जो भी हमारे ऑर्डर्स है वो टाइमली करे, काम करे अपनी कंपनी का अच्छा से, क्वालिटी में कोई कंप्रोमाइज ना हो, कॉस्ट में कोई कंप्रोमाइज ना करें हम लोग। और जिस तरह का सपोर्ट अभी अपने एम्प्लॉयज का मिल रहा है, मुझे भरोसा है कि इस काम में हम लोग बहुत अच्छा करेंगे। एचआर के क्षेत्र में भी काफी अच्छा हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, लोगों को ट्रेनिंग रेगुलर दे रहे हैं अपना टीएमडीसी से मिल करके, और टाटा स्टील के जो भी सपोर्ट सर्विसेज हमको मिल रहा है इसमें, उसके सर्विस लेकर के, और हम अपने कर्मचारियों के ट्रेनिंग पर भी काफी ख्याल कर रहे हैं। ऑब्वियसली ट्रेनिंग बहुत जरूरी है, रेगुलर ट्रेनिंग कर्मचारियों का होना समय के साथ साथ बहुत ही आवश्यक है। मुझे लगता है कि मेरे बोलने के पहले हमारे मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर साहब ने सब बात बोल दी है। हमारी कंपनी का जो जो चीज हम सोचे थे बोलने के लिए, वो एमडी साहब ने, उमेश बाबू ने बोल दिया है, तो बाकी कुछ छोड़े नहीं है। लेकिन सबसे अच्छा लगा कि इतने दिनों के बाद भी आज हम जो शेयर होल्डर्स का सपोर्ट देखे, टाटा स्टील का पिछले दिनों जो सपोर्ट हमको मिल रहा है, हमें पूरा भरोसा है कि हमारी कंपनी अब बाहर आ जाएगी। आ गए हैं ऑलरेडी, बाहर हम लोग आ गए हैं, और आने वाले दिनों में हम लोग बहुत अच्छा काम करेंगे। तो ये मुझे लगता है कि मेरे लिए कुछ शेयर होल्डर्स भी काफी बात बताए हैं, अपने मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर से भी बताए हैं, तो और ज्यादा कुछ बोलने लायक नहीं है। केवल इतना ही अपनी फीलिंग जो है, अपना ये जो कॉन्फिडेंस है कंपनी के ऊपर, मैनेजमेंट टीम के ऊपर व्यक्त करना चाहते हैं कि ऐसे सपोर्ट अगर सभी लोगों का मिलता रहा, टाटा स्टील का, शेयर होल्डर्स का और इंटायर मैनेजमेंट टीम यूनियन में काम करती रहेगी, तो बहुत जल्द टीआरएफ कंपनी बहुत अच्छी स्थिति में आ जाएगी, जो पहले उसकी गरिमा थी। पीछे के जितने भी हमारे लेगेसी प्रोजेक्ट्स थे उसको भी हम लोग कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं और आगे बढ़ चुके हैं, उससे बाहर निकल गए हैं। अभी अगर आप में से कोई, हमको आई डोंट रिमेम्बर, चेयरपर्सन हमारी आई है देखने के लिए कंपनी को, अगर अभी कंपनी को आएंगे देखेंगे और हमारे कर्मचारी जहाँ रहते हैं कॉलोनी में उसको देखेंगी, आपको बहुत खुशी होगी कि हाँ, कंपनी को ऐसा ही देखना चाहिए। कंपनी को साथ साथ अपनी कॉलोनी जहाँ हमारे कर्मचारियों की फैमिली रहती है उसको वैसी देखनी चाहिए। अगर आप प्लांट विजिट करेंगे तो वहाँ पर आप देखेंगे जिस तरह का अभी हमारा पूरा कारखाने में रख रखाव जो है, इसको भी देखकर आप खुशी हो जाइए कि हाँ, वर्क प्लेस को जैसे होना चाहिए वो होना वैसा है, वर्किंग कंडीशन जैसा होना चाहिए वो कंपनी प्रोवाइड कर रही है। हम यूनियन के प्रेसिडेंट हैं, हमारे लिए बहुत जरूरी होता है कि हमारे कर्मचारी सुरक्षित रहें, हमारे कर्मचारी सेफ रहें, हेल्थ उनका ठीक रहे, उनका साथ रिलेशन सबका ठीक रहे, मैनेजमेंट अच्छे से मिलकर उनसे काम ले, बढ़िया से बातचीत करके, और उनका वर्किंग प्लेस बहुत अच्छा कंडीशन में हो, और ये सभी चीजें कर्मचारियों को प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड कांग्रेचुलेशंस टू यू ऑल. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh Pandey. I will now go through the questions and answers and try and provide you answers. The first speaker, Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf ji, धन्यवाद आपके शुभकामनाएं के लिए. Your question was on the cancellation of the merger with Tata Steel, and I think a few shareholders have asked that question, so I will just answer that upfront so that it addresses your queries on that. The merger originally was proposed for better synergies of the business, including best practices, cross-functional learnings, and utilization of both the company's facilities in a more efficient manner. The merger was called off by the board on account of improvement in the business performance over the last few quarters, owing to the ongoing support by Tata Steel in the form of placement of orders as well as infusion of capital, which along with the company's efforts on data collections, improved project delivery timelines and compliance, and asset cost optimization. Your second question was, what are the steps taken by TRF for technology upgradation and the use of AI? The company's servers have been shifted to the cloud and network system has been strengthened by firewall. IT is a very dynamic industry, and therefore to stay relevant in the industry, we have upgraded the IT facilities of the company, including the IT infrastructure, endpoint servers, and office equipments, so that the company's operations can run smoothly. You've requested for a VC meeting to be held each year, and I think that has also been the request by many other shareholders. We will go by what are the guidelines issued by the ministry in this regard, and if the ministry does allow it, then we will continue with VC meetings. And thank you for your support. The next question, the next speaker was Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta. Thank you for your wishes, Mr. Gupta. I think your questions was in terms of the reward for shareholders on the Diamond Jubilee. So I'm happy to let you know that to improve the morale of the employees, we did celebrate the Diamond Jubilee in the company. However, there are huge accumulated losses in the company as of now, and as such, we are not able to reward shareholders. In terms of the future CapEx plan of TRF, the CapEx plan is really being undertaken from internal accruals, and as the financial health of the company improves, we will finalize whatever CapEx is required. In terms of the order book and when all orders are to be completed, the company, essentially the idea of order book is that you always have more orders and your order book is full. So the company keeps trying to get more and more orders and to maintain sufficient orders and to work and complete the balanced scope of work on the active projects which are on this year and engage customers also on the performance guarantee tests. Your next question was if TRF is bidding for more projects. So TRF is concentrating on deeper engagement with Tata Steel's CapEx and OpEx programs for securing orders, which will help improve the utilization of its resources, both manufacturing as well as human resources. It is expected to help the company stabilize its revenue stream and mitigate the commercial and financial risks, which enable a turnaround in terms of the performance as well as regular cash flows. Next speaker, Mr. Chetan Cholera. Thank you for your comments. Merger, you had a question on the merger and why it was cancelled, which I've already addressed. Your question also was on the repayment of 514 crores worth of NCPRS from Tata Steel. These are long-dated instruments with a life of 15 to 20 years from the date of issue, and the repayment will be made on the due dates from internal accruals. The coupon for this instrument has been set based on arm's length principles and considering the financials of the company. The payment of interest or dividend, which is due on these shares, is discretionary, it's non-cumulative, and the rate is 12.17%. And till date, the company has not paid any dividend on these NCPRS as the retained earnings of the company are still negative. You had a question on the RPT agreements, on the RPT resolutions, from which approval is sought with Tata Steel for 2024-2025, and what this entails. So essentially, as per the guidelines, if there is an agreement, if there are any contracts done with a related party, you need to get approval from shareholders. And it is in this context that this approval is sought for an amount of 294 crores. It reflects the business which the company expects to do with Tata Steel with some margin for as buffer. The company is, as I've mentioned, is concentrating on deeper engagement with Tata Steel, and therefore such RPT approvals for 2025-26 are also expected, and in due course, shareholders will be approached for that RPT approval. You had a question on the long-term growth plans of the company. The company is really focused on becoming sustainable and operationally and financially profitable. The company is working closely with Tata Steel to utilize its resources, manufacturing, human resources, and really derive value, and will try and maximize its potential. Do we have any non-Tata Group company in the pipeline was a question. So our focus really, I think, if you've been a shareholder of the company for a long time, you would realize the company has struggled with some of the external projects, and the strategic decision was to really focus on working with Tata Steel, and that is what the company intends to do going forward. In terms of visiting the plant facility, please do connect with our company secretary, Mr. Prasoon Banerjee, and he will try and organize the same. The next question was from Ms. Mascarenhas. Thank you for your comments and your kind words. You had a question in terms of wiping out of the losses and the dividend payout. So there are large accumulated losses because of which the company is not able to declare any dividend to its shareholders. The company and the management team is focused on improving its operational performance, on improving collections for past projects, and on continuing to make the company operationally and financially viable. And we will request your patience and cooperation, as you have been always, so that we can get the company on the right path and consider dividend as and when it is legally feasible. In terms of the crane which is produced for Tata Steel and other contracts for Tata Steel, the company does get the payment from Tata Steel based on the agreed contract terms, which has been happening regularly. We have, as I mentioned, we have decided to focus really on working with Tata Steel rather than external contracts, and this is expected to help the company stabilize its operations. The contracts are all commercially negotiated and in line with market practice and in line with the RPT guidelines as well. Do we take other projects? I've already answered that. I think you have said you've made a request for the merger, and we also had some requests not to merge. So different shareholders are obviously commenting on it differently. As you know, the merger was called off. If ever we consider this proposal in the future, we will discuss it and disclose it accordingly, and it will be brought to the shareholders for approval. Revenue for 4 completed projects in this year. We completed the performance guarantee test for 4 projects: Vanakbori, Bhadradri, Kothagudem SR, and Kothagudem WT. This projects, there were some time and cost overruns, and there have not been any significant revenue from these projects as a result. You had a question on the future growth plans of the company. The company's focus is to leverage its business opportunities, which will make it sustainable and more profitable going forward. It looks to work closely with Tata Steel to do that, and which is expected to help it stabilize its operations and also generate stable revenues. In addition, the company is working closely with its customers to complete its legacy projects and also the liquidation of debtors, which will help, again, the company from a cash flow perspective. The next question was from Mr. Bimal Agarwal. Thank you for your kind words and your comments. Next speaker was Ms. Bhatsri Dev, and I think you had quite a few comments. Thank you again for your kind words on Tata Group and TRF. You had a question in terms of the dividend, which I've already answered. Then you had a question in terms of the stock price, and you mentioned that it moved from 380 to 170 and then again to 600 levels, and the reason for such variation. Share prices fluctuate in line with the market and the stock market, and it is really beyond our control, so we cannot comment on that. You had a question on diversity and inclusion in TRF. We are an equal opportunity employer like all Tata Group companies. Currently, we have 4% women employees and 8% in terms of diversity among our employees. The next speaker was Mr. Avijat Mondal from Chennai. I think thank you again for your words and your support to the company. Your question was on retention money. Our net retention debtors as of March 2024 is 35 crores. And the company has in addition recovered and adjusted over 40 crores in terms of retention money during the year. The company is continuously engaged with its customers for achievement of its contractual milestones and for collection of the balance retention money. You then had a question in terms of the OCRPS and why was the company not able to redeem. As per Section 55 of the Companies Act, the preference shares can only be redeemed out of the profits available for distribution as dividend or out of fresh issue. Since the company has a negative net worth, it does not have available profits or, it could not make a fresh issue. And hence the company has applied to NCLT for issuance of NCRPS in lieu of the deemed redemption of the existing OCRPS, which was allowed by the NCLT on June 6, 2024. The company has completed the formalities of allotment of this NCRPS in deemed redemption of the existing OCRPS to Tata Steel Limited. You had a question on the opportunities and threats for TRF. TRF has significant growth opportunities because Tata Steel is expanding a lot and there is opportunities for value creation through optimal and rational usage of its existing asset as well as deployment of its workforce through redeployment in existing projects. There are many, in terms of threats, I think that the company had some onerous terms and conditions it had taken in terms of the tenders, which it needs to navigate. Other threats are in terms of skewed cash flows and contractual penalties, which the company is trying to mitigate. And for a more detailed explanation on opportunities and threat, you may refer to page 54 and 55 of the annual report. The next speaker was Mr. Kamal Kishore Chhawar from Hyderabad. Thank you, Mr. Chhawar, for your comments, and we take on board your request that these meetings are held through VC. And as I explained, if it is allowed as per regulations, we will consider the same. The next question was from the next speaker was Mr. Vishal Chandra. Mr. Chandra, you had a question in terms of TRF and returning to its higher revenues. As I've explained, the company is really focused on working with Tata Steel and leveraging the growth plans of Tata Steel to drive its own growth. And the company is focused on that, and we expect this will help the company stabilize its operations, and the company will keep working towards that. You had a question on the debt level of the company. The company has not taken any external debt during the financial year, and all external borrowings were paid in FY23. As of March 31st, the company is carrying 119.17 crores of net debt from Tata Steel, and the company is focused on expeditious closure of its external projects, collection of receivables, liquidation of inventories, and cost optimization, which will help it strengthen its financial position and pay off the debt. There is no working capital loan or short-term debt in the company as of now. What is the borrowing cost during the year and what is the average interest rate? The borrowing cost in FY24 was 14 crores as against 25 crores in FY23. This is mainly the interest on the NCRPS. As I've explained, these are long duration instruments of 15 to 20 years. It's almost as good as equity. The average interest rate on this was approximately 12% during the year, and all these rates are based on arm's length principles. What is the profit margin and related party transactions with Tata Steel? So this is the profit margin is based on commercial considerations, and it is within the related party framework and an arm's length basis. You had a question on the present debtors position. The debtors position as on date is 62 crores. The company is working very closely with all its key customers. It's focused on the physical completion of its project and the contractual closure so that it can expedite liquidation of all its outstanding debtors. The next speaker was Mr. Ganesh Chandra Das. Thank you for your comments. I think we've addressed many of your questions. but I'm just seeing in terms of an additional question which you had. I think you questioned about the employees, and the company is very focused on improving employee morale, experience, and engagement, and is undertaking several measures for talent retention, attraction, investing in capacity and capability build out, and for providing opportunities for career progression. We are looking to the support of all our employees, and we are working towards a conducive and productive work environment. The merger has been called off and is not envisaged in the near future. All these, as you know, are strategic decision, and in due course of time, in case there are any developments, the company will let you know. You had a question in terms of CSR activities being carried out by the company. The company has accumulated losses, and therefore the company was not able to incur any expenditure towards CSR activity. However, the company has voluntarily undertaken various CSR initiatives in the areas of education, healthcare, and environment. And the company also encourages its employees to participate in various volunteering activities. The next speaker was Mr. Ravi Kumar. I think you had a question in terms of increasing women employees within the company. The company is in line with Tata Steel and Tata Group guidelines. We are an equal opportunity employers, and we encourage women employees in all areas of our operation. In terms of our turnover, our employee attrition rate, it is approximately 1%, which is significantly lower than the rates prevailing in the industry. And we are looking to boost employee morale through various engagement and motivation activities, skill development, training, and cross-functional working relationships, as well as caring for employee well-being, and focusing on grievance management and improved systems and processes. How does TRF ensure security of organizational data was a question. This is a very important topic for us, and we have implemented advanced security measures to implement data security. The book of accounts is in SAP currently, and we've moved the data center to cloud, supported by the disaster recovery systems to recover any data losses due to system failure. Data backups are being taken on a daily basis as per MCA guidelines. And the last speaker was Mr. Butikonda, and thank you for your support and your understanding. Your comments are noted in terms of the merger. As explained, the merger was called off on account of improvement in the business performance of the last few quarters. I have also explained that the company will be focused really on working with Tata Steel and is really not looking for any external orders at this point of time. The company is focused on closing and completing the legacy projects and liquidation of debtors, but not really looking for additional projects at this point of time. What are the opportunities regarding thermal nuclear projects, etc.? These are not sectors which we are planning to participate in, so we would not be comment on the same. In terms of margins individually for projects, we do not provide, we do not sort of disclose individual margins on projects, but the company is not expecting significant revenue from these projects. In terms of bulk handling segment, the companies and what are the prospects for the segment, we are engaged with Tata Steel in terms of manufacturing equipment, industrial structures, spare parts, and providing operations and maintenance services. The company also sees growth opportunities with Tata Steel as Tata Steel continues to grow, and we hope to leverage from that. What is the order book for wagon tipplers? At current, we are taking no new orders. Our existing customers are mainly PSUs like NTPC, BHEL, DVC, VSP, RINL, and IFCO, etc. With this, I think we have answered all the questions which the shareholders have, and thank you again for your questions. I now authorize Mr. Prasoon Banerjee, Company Secretary, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The remote e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable shareholders to cast their vote. The results will be announced within 2 working days from the conclusion of this meeting, and the same will be intimated to BSE Limited and the National Stock Exchange of India Limited, and also uploaded on the website of the company and NSDL website. I thank the shareholders for attending the meeting and for their continued support. I also thank the directors for joining the meeting remotely. With your consent, the other board members and I would like to leave the meeting. I request all the shareholders to stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
The e-voting was kept open for 15 minutes as had been announced by the chairperson. We now close the e-voting process. I confirm that the requisite quorum was present throughout the meeting. The result of the annual general meeting will be announced on or before August 5, 2024. With this, I declare the meeting as closed. Thank you.